Hello, today I'm going to be showing you how to get one of the biggest and best backlinks in the world from Forbes.com. Now, everyone wants a Forbes.com link, and I'm going to show you how you can do that by using data. So firstly, most companies, when they do link building, they'll use like guest posting, link inserts, or Brian Dean, what did he make the skyscraper method? Techniques like that don't work on these big websites. These journalists will not add a link just because you think it will make the article better. In our experience, the best way to get these big links is by using either an expert commentary type of media pitch or data. Data is one of our favorite ways to do it because it's something new, something interesting, and journalists are always looking for things to write about. So if you can create a data study, that is going to be your best chance of getting links in places like Forbes, Business Insider, CNN, and things like that. So I'm going to show you how authoritative has achieved that. Now, it's important to note these are not our clients. I'm just showing you because all of our clients, we don't tend to share their results unless, we're on like a sales call or things like that. We try to keep them as private as possible. So I'll show you how the other people are doing this so you can work back and then land your own links in Forbes. And once again, this is no client. I just think the studies the authoritative do are great. The methodology is great, and it's easy for most people to understand what you need to do to earn these types of links. So authoritative in, I believe, April 2024, created a study on the best airlines, and I guess it's US wide, but let's have a look. I'll ask, in the US. So if you want, go to this URL and you'll be able to check out the study yourself. I'll leave it in the video notes too. But what they did, they created a study, and if we go down to the metrics, you can see there's a lot of information on here, and they created an on-site asset. If you want to land in Forbes or somewhere like that, creating an on-site asset is the best way of doing so. So we come down and I'll explain. So basically they created a ranking where they scored each of the airlines in the US based on different metric points. And if we come to the methodology, it will tell you what those metric points are. I can't seem to find them now. Let's have a look if it was at the top first of all. Okay, so 13 different metrics, and I think it was across 3 main categories. I believe they were delays. Let's have a look. Sorry, I did have it, but now I've lost it. Okay, here we are. So 13 key metrics across 3 major categories, which are baggage and departures, in-flight comfort, costs, and safety. Okay, and they tell you where they get their data from as well. So if you want to create a data study, there's plenty of places out there where you can get free data from. In the US, the government have plenty of data sources on nearly everything. In the UK, we have the ONS, and that's another great data source. So think of what you want to create and see if there is data out there to support that. There's been tons of times we've come up with an idea and then we've tried to get the data and it doesn't exist. So before going all in on an idea, try to find if that data exists first. Now you can use internal data, and that is a great way of getting links because simply it's your data and no one else has it. And when you share that with the press, there's usually unique insights in there. But coming back to this study, you can see that I think they got it from the US Department of Transportation, this information. And you can see each of the individual metrics that they collected. So canceled flights. So an airline, obviously, with more canceled flights would score lower than an airline with less canceled flights. Same goes for delays, mishandled baggage, denied boardings, and then they go on to another category. So what you want to do is to create a ranking is to decide the categories you want to rank them on, and then what data you want to use for those categories. And then you want to decide the weight on those categories. And you can look at places like authoritative for inspiration, because what I find is when people do data studies, ourselves included, there's always additional data you can add or subtract from that study to make it different. So if you looked at this and thought, why have they included this data point? Wouldn't it have been better to include this? then you can use that and create your own study, and it's going to give you a different result from this. And data, even though it shouldn't be subjective, data studies are, because it all depends on what you have included and what you have excluded. So there's tons of times we've seen studies being created by other agencies, and we have thought, okay, that's a good idea. How can we make that better? And we've done that and made, in our opinion, a better study, which ends up in resulting with big links in UK, US, and all around the world. So if we come down, you can see how they've created this study. And then what you want to do, if we scroll back up to the top, is put all that data together. We use Google Sheets. You can use anything you want, but basically just to add those metrics together, depending on how you want to do that. Now, we're not going to tell you how to carry out the study. There's plenty of resources online for doing that. But as you can see, each of these airlines is given a score, and then they will be ranked accordingly. So once you've completed the study, you will want to do a write-up on it. And once again, WalletHub do a great job of that. They explain individual data points, and you might want to break some of these data points down and just write a little bit about them. So for example, if a certain airline had the most delayed flights, you might want to go into how long those flights were delayed for, and where they were delayed from the most, wherever the data may show. Break it down, or you could just do something simple as, these are the top 5 airports that are mostly delayed. These are the best airports, things like that. Once you have that, and once you have it on your page, what you want to do to get the best out of, you want to assume you're going to get links. So every time you create a data study on site, you also want to link to your product pages, category pages, service pages that you want to rank for. Because if the links comes into these sites, then the link goes to those, the link equity, I should say, then goes to those other internal pages and boosts the search engine rankings. And as you can see, if we scroll up to the top, that's exactly what WalletHub do. And you can see these are the pages they want to rank for. So best credit cards, best checking accounts, best savings accounts. Now, if you put these into Ahrefs or SEMrush, you'll see that they do rank for these keywords. And these are very hard keywords to rank for. And that's because they're consistent, and they keep building these studies which get links from these big sources, and then it powers up these internal pages. Once you have the study complete and your asset on site, you'll then want to write a pitch to the media. So you'll want to tell them why the study is important to them, what are the key findings, and if they're interested in learning more, you want to link to the study. That's what you want to do. You want to send a small pitch to relevant journalists. And when you do that, if you reach out to the right people and the story is of interest to them, you're going to earn big backlinks. And as you can see, if you want to earn a link in Forbes, that's exactly how WalletHub have done that here. So they've reached out to this journalist here who covers travel. Once again, obviously you don't want to reach out to someone who, the content isn't of interest to them. And if it is of interest, they're going to write the story about your data study. And as you can see, if we come down here, here's the link to the WalletHub study. So that's a link in Forbes right there. But it's not just Forbes that have linked them. If we go in Ahrefs, you can see this study has attracted links from Forbes, Entrepreneur, another link from Forbes, NBC, travel websites. Of course, the travel websites are going to love it. Delta.com have even covered the story. So, these are big major links which are going to increase your search engine traffic. So that's the way you're going to get links from places like Forbes. I hope this video was helpful. If you have any questions, please write them in the comments below. Thank you. Bye-bye.